Greetings, wannabe gamers. It is your coach, your sage speaking, Austin Williams, coming back at you again with a practice review. Today, we will be covering Breaking the Zone and a review of Fire. This is from practice from December 7th. Like always, I got the nice solid drawing tools just in case we need them. So hopefully that'll be useful for you guys. Also, I got a nice little zone set up for you on screen. Offense is the green fellas. Gray is the defensive fellas. I will be coming out with a more in-depth zone review, but for now it's just going to briefly cover breaking the zone and fire, since there's a lot of topics related to zone, because you could teach it a million ways and it would probably take me 2 hours to cover it all. Alright, so let's begin. Let's begin. Starting off breaking the zone, so we did a drill, there was a thrower, there was a guy that was standing off, like sort of acting like one of these fellas, acting like one of these guys, but he was sort of standing right in front, and you had to throw it around the person that was in the middle and then hit somebody over here. But what's the realistic situation that we would need to know this for breaking a zone? So zone here, it's a bit hard for this guy to see around these big men. The openings are here, which is there's a big man right here. He wants to be relatively closer, not all the way in, but sort of, you know, making it tough for a homie to just come right in or to look open when he's crossing field. Now that second thing I just said was very important. Let's get rid of some of these lines. So back to the realistic situation. Keep in mind the type of throw we were making. It was a big, nice, curvy, just curvy, in control, around a certain area, into space in front of you. So it's like outside in or inside out, usually outside in. So here with a flick, this is outside in. With a backhand, this is outside in. Okay. But we're going to be covering flick for this, just for simple, what's the phrase, something sake. Anyways, let's continue. Let's go ahead and play it out, and then we'll talk through it. So up until now, let's review something that's very important. Up until now, the poppers have been taught to do one of two things. Let's play it out and then we'll go over it. First, it's like a diamond formation, where one popper's at the end, the other popper's just opposite of the other guy. Also, there's the piston idea. So it's, imagine it swings over here. You guys have been taught that these two become the pistons, and their cuts would look like this. However, while it is correct from a psychological up here to help you guys remember, realistically that's not the correct cuts. Now I will say I'm speaking solely from personal experience and playing this game for about 6 years on LoveTap. This was the general gist of popping and cutting on offense. Sort of you come in, you come out, whatever, because it's pretty much hard for the throwers. It's hard for these guys to just even hit anybody here, because the cup is solely designed to not let that happen. So the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of you might be just running back and forth, not getting it. So it's time to think outside the box here, see what works, and then we'll play it from there. I actually came to this realization playing for the State College Ultimate League. So the disc was sort of, I think it was here. for the example, for the State College example. So his name was Graham at the time. He was old captain of Spank. Hi, Meatball. Meatball has joined us. He's very interested in playing Frisbee. He's a very young lad, only 1 year old, and he is just enthusiastic about playing. So let's get back to it. Meatball, pay attention. The disc was over here. Graham told me to make a cut like this. And I was like, that's weird. Why am I the first cut? And then I did it, and then he was able to hit me outside in like this. It was a beautiful thing. And then after that, I was like, holy Jesus. I think it's time to really develop the zone offense cuts to sort of mimic that, and to use what we drilled, which is like these nice outside in throws to break around the cup. You don't necessarily want to go through the cup. It might look open, but they got nice big long arms. Imagine David Jones right here, big arms. And then imagine you got Drew right there. They got a wingspan of what's the largest wingspan? What's a bird? That's the largest wingspan. Pop quiz. Albatross was the correct answer. Imagine you got a big albatross here and a big albatross here, and they have their wings wide open. It's going to be tough to go right through here. You're going to have to somehow get around them like this. It's hard, but that's the idea. But anyways, let's not get off topic here. Now, let me introduce a few, what I think is the correct way to actually cut against the zone. This is the starting position. It's still a diamond, so still recall the diamond. I said psychologically those are correct, but realistically they're not. But realistically, you still want to be doing the same sort of motions. It's just where you're placing yourself. And notice I want the diamond cutters to be closer together. Let's have that play out and I'll explain why. So now 6 and 5 are going to be popping. They're close together. 6 goes through the popping, crashes. That's called. He goes right in, crashes through the cup. This can cause one of the two guys to push in. I don't want them moving side to side here, because look at how big of a space that creates. That wingspan's useless now, but that wingspan's still pretty useful here if he just moves right in. But once this guy's out, he moves back. Okay. Otherwise, it's a double team. But notice 5 is following 6 right after that crash. Right after the crash. Like the moment you hear crash called, 5 is already coming across. Okay, so he's pretty close. He's like right behind 6. Probably like a good 5 to 8 steps. Boom. Okay, a fourth of the diamond. Fourth of the diamond together. Okay. And then 5 can cut across, and because 6 already crashed, why does 5 need to crash? So 5 can cut across field. Cut across the field. Still a nice sharp cut. Still see that nice sharpness. But he's allowed to cut now across the field. So hopefully this guy can rather now hit him inside, which is still a little difficult, but you can still hit him around. Because notice this guy's still coming in. It's a little hard for him to move left and right. Okay. He also doesn't want to move left and right because that's no go. That's no good for the formation of the cup. But if you're going to take away anything from today or from this video, is that cross field is excellent. We are no longer in a vert stack. We are in a hoe stack. Hoe stack with straight cuts worked the best. Horizontal stack, cross field works better. Obviously, if it's wide open space, you can be coming back here into space there. Obviously, you're looking for space. First, you look for the space, make a cut into that space. If there's no space, do a cross. Okay. It's a bit hard for the defenders to sort of follow you. It's easier for them to cover you if it's straight up and down. But of course it does make you throw that kind of throw outside in. Alright, let's continue. But keep in mind how close 5 and 6 were. So let's say they throw it to 1. Let's replay that, but let's say 6 does not crash. Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. The cup does not crash, so the cup won't move, but the 6 is still going to pop through. First off, 6 is a great opportunity to reset the stall count. But 3 doesn't move here. It's still a viable option to still hit around. Since he's coming across, 7 would want to pull this guy out. So this defender, it's a little tough for him to see to his right. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. This defender has most of his attention directed towards this guy. He's not necessarily looking at him, but if he came in front, he'd be looking to the left. Or if he's coming from the right, obviously looking at him. Not necessarily looking or directing his focus in the midfield. That's this guy's job. Okay, remember zone. You got your areas to cover. You're not necessarily playing man, you're just making sure that if someone's in that area, you know they're there and you're ready to stop a disc if it comes into your area. But it's a little tough because if 6 moves, look what happens when 6 moves. This is why I really like the cross field cut. If 6 sees 5 in front, he might move over here and make another space, you know, for someone to get open. You know, 4 could come back into center because there's open space here and then get the disc there. Let's have her play. So 5 can still get hit. Oh, sorry, I had 6 move a little bit. There we go. 5 still gets hit with that outside in throw. Oh, let's have this whole thing play out. So 7 pushed out. Now with the zone, if you ever get around the cup, ever, this is the second important thing to take away. Speed. You started with the violence when you broke the cup and you broke the zone a little bit. You have violence. You have speed. Once you have speed, you have momentum. Alright, don't stop the speed, don't stop the momentum. You want to continue this all the way down because let's just take a look here. Notice. Boom. Zone broken. Look at what the cup has to do to just get down there. They have to run. But look how much open space there is for the people that did not touch the disc yet. So the disc is right here. All these people are behind him. And you got all this area to use. Okay. 7's a little scared. What's 4 going to do? How does 4 get open? You could run this way. It's a little tough for him to hit that, though. Yes. Yes. Look at that. Fat cross-field upline. He's not going to keep standing there. That's also not good. Don't be like, I'll just wait for like one of these guys to come back and help him out, but you know. No, you make a good effort to get open. Let's play it through. Boom. And he scores. Just like that. So that was covering breaking the zone. Of course, you can read my notes here. It's pretty much what I said. Oh. Oh, sorry, forgot about the break side. Same applies to break side. Let's have it play out a little bit, just so you can get a good idea of the flow of cuts when there's multiple people. Okay. Notice 7 comes in, then he goes to the mid. 7 comes to the mid, and he becomes one of the mid guys. That leaves space for the mid poppers to now use the left side to get open. Of course, you don't want to run into each other, so obviously communicate or look before you go. But this is incredibly powerful for opening up new space and getting people open. You want to get these mid guys to move a little bit. And then the same kind of throw here. 3 is going to throw outside in to 6. That's what we drilled. Okay. It's obviously hard to master, you know, these throws, but I just want to let you guys know that's an option to hit. Next, let's cover fire. So let's say they got broken a little bit, getting a little close to this end zone. So we're getting close to this end zone. This is midfield, a little bit past midfield, maybe like 60 to 70%. Number 7 is going to call fire. That just means everyone switches to man, and the most important thing to know is to cover the guy that's farthest deep. So if you're on defense, you find the person farthest, so 6 is close to 5, 7 can grab 7, 5 can grab 4. All these guys will first run this way, just downfield. Always just run downfield. Don't get confused. If you're 1, don't get confused about who's not taken yet, and be standing there thinking about it. You want to, the moment fire is called, everyone that's far downfield or behind the disc, rush to the back, because you want to grab the offensive guys that are farthest downfield first, because obviously if you leave them wide open, they're going to get a fat throw right to them. I also have that written down here. So notice how 2 and 3 are still running back, they're not running across. So 2 and 3 are running this way, they're not running this way. Okay, they're going downfield. Even though they're not really close to someone, notice how they're still covered even though they're not there. Like this is just like a silly throw to actually hit right now. Like it's like not really possible. They'll get to them eventually, but just make sure you're going downfield first. We did a drill where everyone had random spots on the field. One of the teams would get the disc and they would be on offense, and then the other team would be on defense, and they'd have to figure this out and then start the point that way. So that was pretty fun. And look at what we got now. A simple vert stack. If it's closer to the end zone, you can call an end zone play. Now if you're just a cutter and you're not familiar with end zones, just call out end zone. Don't necessarily say a play, but then look for midfield, try to center it, look for some help, look for your dump, and you keep looking at them. Alright, that's all I got for today. Hopefully that wasn't too long. Time 20 minutes, not too bad. If you have any questions, please let me know, let the captains know. And I will see you boys soon. Good luck on your finals. Make sure you're studying. Say hello to Meatball. He's a little chicken nugget, that little boy. Alright. Good luck out there. Stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. If you ever need any mental clarity, I'm here. I'm in my dojo at all times. Let me know. Alright. Have a good night. And remember, if you have a wet dream, make sure I'm in it. Peace.